Hello. I don't know if you can see me, but I am in my car because it is a high. Well, right now it's 88. I don't know if you can see. 88. That's 1:44 in the morning. What the heck? Today it was 111 in Burbank. I am in Burbank. I am 6 blocks away from where Randy Rhoads grew up. Now, why would I even bring that up? Because today I got this. A dear friend sent it to me because I had 2 on order, 2 different places on the internet. Both of them sold out. They just sold out. I go, how can you sell out when I had one on order since last year? And they just said, well, I mean, it's not there, people are having it. Okay, so I started calling around, asking favors, calling Kathy and Richard, you know, his brother and his brother-in-law, and still haven't talked to Kelly, because of that stupid fight we got into, like, Jesus, what was it, 2013? I don't know if he's still a nut job or not, and I hear he's actually going through some stuff, so I just, you know, whatever. Good luck with whatever you're going through, Kelly, and remember, there was a time when you used to walk around Burbank like you didn't know what planet you were on, and I, like an idiot, because I was, like, you know, young, I figured, well, this guy needs a bottle of whiskey, so I'd just take him into the liquor store, and I'm like, what do you want? And he'd get, I think it was usually Seagram's VO, which is not cheap. I'm like, don't you just want Seagram's 7? He's like, no, Seagram's VO. Alice Cooper drank that. And I go, he also drank Seagram's. Oh, forget it. So I buy it for him, da-da-da. And we'd sit, you know, in the shade next to TQ Liquor and drink. A few times. I didn't want to, you know, be the reason that he died. But he pulled out of that tailspin. That was, you know, that was years. That was a couple years after. Like, he did that, and then he pulled himself out, and then he put together Rhoads, I think, the band. I don't know, it's kind of fuzzy. But he did have that band Rhoads. And, you know, well, who cares? Anyway, so it didn't, obviously didn't work out, and you can look up the, so I just cut this open. So it's still got the cellophane on it. I just around the bottom. So so this is a first for both of us, okay? Because everybody's all into unboxing, like the unboxing. And I know there's a few unboxing of these already, but not me, not Michael. You see that? Yeah, I got one. This incredible trip, 3 days and no, 2 nights and, no, 3 days and 2 nights. Oh, whatever. It's bullshit. So, okay. So, this is the top. And here is a serial number. Is it? Yes, it is. AC08A079. Whatever that means. But that's a cool box. Cool box. They got the, you know, whose idea was to put the dots all over it? They couldn't think of this themselves. Dunlop is really a bunch of idiots. They really are. After talking and yelling at them for 2 weeks, they're complete jackasses. So, and no, they didn't send this to me. They have absolutely no plans on making any more. They did their run. They sold them out. They were like tripping because they thought they weren't going to sell them all and they were going to be stuck with them. I'm like, Do you not go online and see how many people still like Randy Rhoads and he's influenced all the whatever? So here's this little booklet. This is neat. So we open it up, and is it a bunch of pictures of Randy? I don't know. I have no idea. But the dots were Kathy's idea. She goes, why don't you put dots on it and then his signature? And they're like, hey, that's a good idea. So apparently this is another, let's see, what does this say? So we can both see this. I can't read that. 1980 MX, no. West Sussex, England. Randy Rhoads records his seminal guitar work for Ozzy Osbourne's best solo. I need both my glasses. I only have my one. Best, oh, for fudge sakes. God, it sucks getting old. I'm going to be 60 this year. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. You know, those of you with, do any of you listen to that? It's probably one of the worst stations on. You want to listen to a good one? Listen to that. And the second one, listen to, is pure comedy, because that way you don't hear any vulgar stuff. Okay, so on the back, it's got his signature, and that's his signature. That's pretty good. Like, I know a couple people that have got it pretty well copied, and I can do a close one, but it's still pretty hard, because he wanted to make it hard. He didn't want people, you know, screwing around with his stuff. He was smart, but he wasn't smart enough. I mean, he was smart enough, but he didn't see what was coming, and, you know, got this registered so nobody could sell that, because the headstock basically is the Gibson Ibanez trademark thing all came down to headstocks. So the headstock was the trademark. So Randy came up with that design. So that is Randy Rhoads. But he didn't trademark it. So Sandoval was able to steal it, I say. And then Jackson, same thing. The Jackson headstock that everybody knows and loves and blah, blah, blah. That is Randy's idea, because it was the front part of the Concorde airplane. He drew it out on a napkin. So everybody stole from, and the only reason they were able to do this, I don't know how many people know this story or if I've told it, but and I, you know, my mom told me, because she was good friends with Dolores, and they would talk a lot, you know, if I was going down for lessons, or if they just ran into each other, they talked for hours, because Dolores was going through some serious stuff, losing Randy, and she said she didn't want any money. She didn't want to think about money. She didn't want to think about all this crap that everybody's throwing at her. She goes, it's blood money. It's blood money. I don't want my son's blood money. So, you know, looking back, you're like, gosh, because guess who got it all? Ozzy, mostly Sharon. And a little Don Arden, but not much. Sharon got most of it, and then she got Ozzy, so then she had the whole package. All right, so it says, West Sussex, England, Randy Rhoads records his seminal guitar work for Ozzy Osbourne's first solo album effort, Blizzard of Ooze, at Ridge Farm Studios, photo by Finn Costello. So it's a bunch of useless information that everybody knows. And there's Randy, maybe playing, maybe not playing, maybe a pose, I don't know. But there's his amp in the background. As you can see, it's facing the wall. They tried so many different things, because he wanted to have that thing blasting, but it couldn't bleed into other things, and it was just a giant big giant barn. So that's what the first page says. I know this thing has really hard time friggin' focusing, but there you go. So the next one is a picture of the same picture and down, so you can see his effects board. Now, I don't know if it goes into, let's see what it says. So you guys look at that, I'll read. Randy's ability to match skills, classically influenced techniques with the creative use of effects helped cement his legacy as one of the most important guitar players in the history of hard rock or heavy metal. Photo by Van Costello. And there we got his, you know, Les Paul hiding for some reason. There's the 12 string, I think, pretty sure, that he used on Diary. And yeah, this is a Diary shot. So so he had basically a normal pedal board with his, you know, bunch of pedals taped to a piece of wood, and they kind of, you know, fixed it up and it looked cool. When he got to England, they're like, you know, you're a professional now, you got to get Marshalls. So they fixed him up with the Marshalls. Not in this picture. And he said, well, you know, what about all my effects? Because it looks kind of crazy and it made a lot of noise. The effect that made all the noise, surprise, was this. Anybody that used this Distortion Plus in the 70s and 80s knew that this thing was just a noise bucket. It was a nightmare to use. I used it for like 2 or 3 years only because Randy used it, and then I stopped because it was just complete noise. And it was distorting the signal. Because the second teacher, which was Randy's best student, Craig Collins Turner, he said, yeah, I only use it in here because everybody expects him to use it in the, you know, little teaching room. But he says he'd never use it live because it's just too noisy. Let's turn down the air. So, okay, so the next one is, so we're just getting a bunch of, you know, information that everybody knows. So here's another picture that everybody's seen a million times. There's a guy from Dunlop. His name is probably Dimwit. And this is the first time that the family has let anybody open up this board. And the thing is, which is really stupid, but that's Dunlop, is the guy that did this, because what he did is he took all of Randy's effects, he took them apart, he modded some of them, he modded this one, which they found out when they opened this up. That's this idiot going, wait a minute, that doesn't belong in the MXR Super Distortion or the Distortion Plus. It's a mod. It's actually a mod to kind of warm it up, because they even say it's an abrasive, you know, rip your face off sound, but it worked. I mean, Randy made it work. So there's a color picture inside Musonia of this guy from Dunlop. And let's see, it probably says more stuff that we all have heard. Okay, 2022. Los Angeles, California. MXR engineers. Oh, gosh. Sorry. Meticulously inspect and document the pedals from Randy's own pedal board, which was assembled by a guy in England. They should have asked that guy. I don't know if he's dead or not. At the time, he was terribly famous, and he made pedal boards for everybody. I think even Tony Iommi, or as my friend used to say, Tony Lamy. He goes, what's that guy's name? Black Sabbath, Tony Lamy? I go, no, dude, that's an I. It's Iommi. Really? That doesn't sound right. I go, and Lamy does? You idiot. Okay. Inspect and document the pedals from Randy's own pedal board, including his personal MXR Distortion Plus. We celebrate Randy's monumental legacy with this recreation of his own MXR Distortion Plus. For the first time in 42 years, the Rhoads family unveiled Randy's pedal board for MXR design team at the family's music school in North Hollywood, not Los Angeles. The Musonia School of Music, which it's amazing it's still there. It's a little old building. It's cute. It's very, very nice. But when they said they were going to do a museum there, I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like, we're going to open the Museum of Crack in Compton. What? Someone broke into it? So, whatever. Their history was made as MXR design team carefully opened the pedal board, closely inspecting, documenting all they could from this rock and roll artifact. Ooh. Okay. This is all useless. But, you know, it's nice that they did this. And here we go. Randy tuning his Polka Dot V. Or Sandoval. Or whatever you want to call it. It shouldn't be a Sandoval V. It should be called the Randy Rhoads Polka Dot V. That's what it is. Okay, 1980 again. We're still stuck in 1980. Randy tune. It's not 1980 here, kids. It's 1981. Because that's when they did Diary. Randy Rhoads tunes his legendary Polka Dot Flying V during a Blizzard of Oz recording session. A photo by, I think, Costello. Maybe. I still think it's a Diary. The engineers painstakingly spec'd Randy's vintage Distortion Plus with the direct involvement of sister Kelly Rhoads, and created his signature model. Okay, so they gave her, to produce the same overdriven tube-like tones heard on Randy's most beloved hits. You know, if he didn't have this thing in his lineup, that would have been a great sounding, because all of his amps were modded. Didn't have to have EL34s because he was in England when he bought them. They had EL34s in them. But he got a Variac, and he was running a Variac and cranking it up and blah, 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 blah. Everybody was. I did it, and I realized the Variac was just a pain in the butt, and I had Lee Jackson, Metaltronics, redo my Marshalls. And it was amazing. The thing sounds just amazing. If you want to hear it, go online and go under my channel and look for Hold On and Long Ago. The PJ demos, 89. And you hear that friggin' Marshall and it's just badass. And that's what his would have sounded like if he didn't put that Distortion Plus. But that gave him his tone. The Distortion Plus and these right here, his hands. And the way he played. Okay, tones heard on master and blood. Of course, it's only fitting that it comes with a custom finish inspired by Randy Rhoads Flying V. Okay, yeah, so it's Polka Dot. Da-da-da-da! Oh, okay, wait a minute. Let me see if they talk about the thing that they found in there. Okay. 2022. Every major component was tested and spec'd for the utmost accuracy. I wonder if that's what the guy put in there that made it different, that, helped it not rip people's faces apart. Because you got to think, he's running all of these crazy, mainly this Distortion Plus through you know, blazing Marshalls and Altec speakers, which is, wow. Okay, we are very proud and honored. I don't know if you can see this. We're very proud and honored by this special signature pedal. It's a true tribute to Randy's musical legacy, the Rhoads family. And you know, they put up with so much crap. People calling all the time and bugging Kathy and bugging everybody. And now I know that, you know, Kathy loves to talk about her brother and she doesn't mind, and Kelly will do it, you know, because it's, you know, he's gotten over a lot of things. Okay, so I got a special number, 1048. So number 1048. Okay, so they made 3,200 of these. Right there, see it? I don't know if it's focusing or not, but it says 3,200, and this is number 1048. Ooh, Randy Rhoads Special Edition MXR Distortion Plus Certificate of Authenticity, Jim Dundick, Kathy Rhoads D'Argenzio. You should all try their wine. I don't drink wine, but it is very good. And Kelly, or otherwise called Doug Rhoads. Got to give the guy some, you know, I shouldn't be so hard on him because he's gone through a lot. But here's the last page, and this actually, that page, the certificate, look at, it's perforated, tears out, so you can keep it with, you know, you can tear it out and keep it in a book, which I don't know if I'll do. And then that's it. And then on the back, it's got his, like that. Okay, so we've only read the little book. Here's another thing with more serial numbers that match the other one. Thank you for making part of Jim Dunlap single chain, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I think these guys kind of dropped the ball with the amount. I didn't know they made 3,000 of them, but still, they should have, you know, made maybe 5 or 6 or 10. But here's a book just telling you how to work, you know, a quick guide. If you need a guide to operate this, then you're in way more trouble than you know. So there's the typical, these gigantic knobs that just get in the way, and you end up using one. Because if you put them both on, you can't do nothing. Okay, so an MXR sticker. You got the little things you can put on the bottom. And then here in this beautiful, and it says Randy Rhoads stitched in there. That's classy. Classy, very classy. And we open this up. I decided I'd wait and do this with you guys just so we could both together see what this thing looks like and what they gave. All this waiting, I mean, they've been talking about this since 2012. And it's finally out. Okay, now, very good. So they actually put it in another. So here it is in its bag, suffocating. Not that it's alive. And nothing. Shipped without a battery. Very good. Oh my gosh. Especially in California, you can get your balls cut off for shipping something with a battery in it, because it might, you know, poison a fish or kill salmon, or who knows what they come up with in this ridiculous state. But here we go, taking it out of the bag, and ta-da! Pretty nice, huh? That is actually one of the nicest, classiest looking pedals I have ever seen in my life. Seriously. I mean, Jack Wilde's is all, you know, crazy, you know, looks like, you know, an acid trip Hendrix would be having. the back is just black. Because what? Guess what? He's back in black. Yeah, that was bad. But yeah, very good. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Randy Rhoads Special Edition. That's good. That's class. This is a classy looking pedal. I gotta give him that. Oh, look at that. See? That's very, very nice. And there's just giving you stuff for that. Which, of course, they don't give you. You have to buy a plug, but that's fine. I got a bazillion. And, okay, so we did that. So, on the top, or no, on the bottom is the Randy Rhoads. I wonder if they would get in trouble, if, you know, they have to talk to Rolls-Royce about this. I'm just wondering about that. And there you go. There's nothing telling you, like, you know, 12 o'clock, you just know it. But I like that Randy Rhoads Special Edition. That's classy. That's a classy looking friggin' pedal, dude. I gotta admit that I'm impressed with. Absolutely. Well, there you go. So we both got to see it for the first time. Yeah, okay, so there you go. I mean, we could go over this forever, but we shan't. Because it's already been 26 minutes. Wow, sorry about that, kids. Alright, I'm going to put this back in, but that, I'll have to say, is one of the best looking pedals I've ever seen. What it sounds like, I'll let you know next week. Right now, it's really hot. My dad doesn't feel good, so I haven't been able to jam. It's cool. I'm here to take care of Pop, not to, you know, jam. But there you go. So that's it. Alright, so Merry Christmas or whatever. Happy Randy Rhoads Day. No, that's December 6th. That's my dad's birthday. December 11th is my birthday and Nikki Six, who is an idiot for what he's doing to Mick Mars. And my mom's birthday, December 14th, which is an actor's birthday. I can't remember who. Doesn't matter. Okay, so there you go. Let's just put these on because it's bugging me now. No, they're the same type where you gotta jam them on there. Okay, we'll just put one on. There you go. That's what I always put this one on, because that's the output. And the distortion, I can't remember what his distortion was not that high. I gotta go back and look and see what his distortion was set at, but let's see. We'll see if I'm gonna slip this in place of the Zakk Wylde overdrive and see what we get next week. Alright, so till next week, goodbye. Leave comments. I'm impressed with the way it looks. I'm very unimpressed with the way they marketed it and slipped it out in March and then sold it out, and everybody's still waiting for it to come out when it's already gone. It's done. That's not cool, but that is cool. We'll leave on a positive note. There, that's a positive note for you. See ya.